my name is Zula Beck, and you're Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos. And you absolutely do right now. YouTube is going through a bit of a purge. Our smaller up-and-coming channels like mine are running very hard to stand still. Although I have to tell you, the last purge, the last one of these that went down was around the US election, which was, again, completely kosher. You know, nothing strange happened there at all. I just want to be clear to YouTube. Everything there was completely kosher. But right after that, I had the insane channel growth. But the thing is, you never know. You never know what causes that. It was when they had the Doctor Who episode, Revolution of Dalek come out. Revolution of Dalek come out, as Jodie Whittaker calls it. Oh, God. Every time I say it, I go, really? Really? How'd you mess that up? If you don't know what I'm referring to, when she was promoting it 6 months earlier, she got the name wrong. It's the Revolution of the Dalek. It's like your mum when she she buys you this totally well-meaning, lovingly buys you this Doctor Who, I don't know, colouring book or something, and it's garbage. And you're like, oh, thank you, because you like the Doctor Who, don't you? Like the Dalek. So that's what she's, oh, God, she's awful. Anyway, she said the name wrong. Anyway, so they had that on, and then my channel just exploded. It was really incredible. So now the inverse of that's happening. I suppose I shouldn't comment. Anyway, my point is, the big purge is going on. If you could like, share, subscribe, make sure you're still subscribed. People are being unsubscribed, left, right, centre, and it's just not just my channel, every freaking channel. Every channel that has, the wrong opinions. It is, again, much like the election was completely kosher, and there is complete freedom of speech, and everything is dressed equally, right? Yes, absolutely. But like, share, subscribe. That's really, really helpful. Comment is also really, really helpful. Thank you very much. I think it's all taking off views as well. It's the weirdest thing. But anyway, if you can help us out, that will be Fandom Double Dozy. If you want to be super fan Dabby Double Dozy, absolutely super fan Dabby Double Dozy, go check out my Indiegogo. Go down now. I'm wrapping this up pretty soon because I'm launching. Basically, I'm launching my next one, the sign up list for it anyway, and I want to move on to fulfillment. So these are two freaking graphic novels. As you know, if you're not new to not new to my channel, I believe the apocalypse is coming in the next few weeks. Anyway, so I would say, what to do to survive the apocalypse? Buy my comics. And they'll give you something to read. As Beelzebub and his minions of evil, ruled through your town, eating and raping at will. So you at least have something to read as you wait for the end to happen that way. And also, you may be able to bribe some of the evil demonic figures with some of the extras you get if you buy both books. You get these art cards called For the Male Gaze, and yes, they are. We have Keeping the British End Up, we have Party Like It's not. Oh, that's a bit zoomed in. Party Like It's 1999. Is this zoomed in as well? Let's have a look. Yes, it is, but I'm not complaining. We have Don't Even Think It's Citizen. But I do. That's not zoomed in. I just assumed this would be zoomed in. No, and we have No Hacky Packy in the TARDIS. That was in the initial form. Then, of course, we added in Deanna Troi. I'm Sensing Strong Emotions, Captain, and the most resplendent, most wonderful one is the last one I added because I love you guys so much. It's The Force is Female. If we hit $8,000, before I hit the cutoff, which I don't know when it's going to be, it's the next week or so, right? Then everybody's going to get this poster as well. It's A2. It's what's that? 18 by 22. It's big. You get this poster as well. You can buy this poster as an add-on. If you ever come, the eyes have it. It's really good. I love this poster. And we have what's the one? Great Balls of Fire. So I think I'm going to continue this range of posters throughout my campaigns as I go on. And I got one more poster coming, right? One that new poster comes. That means we're closing the campaign and starting to launch the next one. So anyway, go check it out. It was for you. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Something not fantastic. I forgot the point of this video. Something not fantastic. Well, it is kind of fantastic, actually, now you think about it. Listen, I don't know much about Coronation Street. I think I mentioned Coronation Street in my video yesterday. I can't remember. I think it was recently Coronation Street. Now, I don't know much about Coronation Street. I haven't actually seen it in about 20, 30 years. I remember Vera Duckworth. I quite liked her. I remember Jack Duckworth. I remember Ina Sharples was before my time. Hilda Ogden. That was my time watching Coronation. But I don't know much about Corrie other than the Phil Collinson, who was the producer of Doctor Who, went on to do Corrie and was really excited about it. I don't know much about it, but you will find my complete lack of knowledge and understanding of I was going to say EastEnders. You've got the wrong thing of Coronation Street. Acts as some kind of barrier to me writing articles about it and pontificating. Not so much Screenrant, especially not so much their chief correspondent, Doctor Who correspondent, Thomas Bacon. Thomas Bacon, really, the article after article, not knowing anything about Doctor Who. Really, there's one after the other. Can't stop himself. He reckon loves writing these articles. Okay, very good. So his latest masterpiece. He said, remember the Timeless Children? Right, the Timeless Children. Didn't go down so well, did it? It was. I would think it's caused a massive implosion. Right, a massive implosion. Yeah, Doctor Who's just not doing very well, and I understand the fans of this era get really upset. Like, honestly, if you're from the 80s, like I am, and I guess quite a few people watching this video are, Doctor Who wasn't very popular then either, and we kind of liked it. We all liked it. It wasn't a problem. I think a lot of them don't really like Doctor Who, but they like Doctor Who being popular because she's a lady, right? I think that's what's going on. And then you've got the other thing that they think. We call them fake fans. No, I think some of you are. The majority. I think I met one, maybe two genuine fans of the era. I'm sure there's got to be more. I'm sure there's got to be more, but not for me. But yeah, listen. If you don't really watch the show and I don't know, the whole fake fan label could be somewhat accurate, I would say. Fine. So so you said, do you remember the Timeless Children? How that basically convinced everybody that Doctor Who was utter garbage, and that's really what it was. It was very similar model to Game of Thrones season 7. Now I was holding out up until episode 4 or 5 of that. It was the last episode of Game of Thrones where everybody went, "What the hell? Like what?" What? How? Like what? So the Timeless Children was pretty much the same. So Screenrant. Oh, Thomas Bacon here on Screenrant. He had the wonderful idea. So you know that thing that was really awful. That was absolutely really awful and worked out really badly. Do more of that. Yes, more of that. Not less. Do a lot more of that. Okay. Well, in all fairness. This is a Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who style plan, right? Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who has the worst plans humanly possible, right? Remember when Captain Jack, he broke the laws of time and space, and he went through time to give the most important message he could to the Doctor of don't give the Cyberium to the last Cyberman, the lone Cyberman, who was a pretty good design, I have to say. Don't do it. And an interesting idea, just, oh God, nothing mattered. Don't do that because it will result in the destruction of the human race. So then she did that a couple of weeks later, and it did result in the destruction of the human race. Yeah, her plans are really, generally speaking, rather bad because they, for some reason, the first stunning and brave female Doctor Who played by Jodie Whittaker, they want to play her like she's an utter moron, right? Like, let's do that. Yes, let's cast a woman as Doctor Who. I think most of the country was on board with her, and let's make her a moron. Right, let's make her a moron, and then let's make the stories boring where she preaches. Yeah, again, it's one thing to make her a moron. Interesting choice. Another thing to make her preachy, right? But a preachy moron, I mean, I would love to be in the writer's room. I'd love to be in the writer's room where they go, yeah. We want a bit of preachy moronist. That's what the kids want. And that's why the kids jump out the window rather than watching this Doctor Who. Okay, so Timeless Child can give Doctor Who season 13 the emotional arc it needs. Oh, God, yes, here's the other thing. Whittaker doing emotion. She's not very good. Let's be fair. She's not very good, is she? I mean, her performance in general has been really bad. I think her performance, I'm looking at all the other Doctors. I have all the action figures above my desk, right, so I can see them. I'm looking at all them. Every other Doctor, every other actor to play the Doctor had tried to find the authenticity in the role, right? Like all of them played it straight as it was, if it was real. I guess I'm walking. Let's just go through them. William Hartnell, yes, 100%, complete conviction role. Patrick Troughton, very different from Hartnell, but yes, a complete belief in the role. He never thought it was silly, right? He never played it like it was a silly thing that didn't matter. Pertwee, known for his comedy up until that time, played it completely straight. Tom Baker, you never had an idea for a second in your head that he wasn't really a 700-year-old Time Lord. Yeah, Peter Davison played it completely straight, and he was a bit bemused that the stories around him weren't as authentic. As he was. Colin Baker, some ropey strips, played it completely straight, as did Sylvester McCoy. Had complete belief and conviction in the role. I think you can say the same of McGann, certainly of Chris Eccleston. He has complete conviction in every role. David Tennant, a completely Matt Smith. Again, didn't play it winking to the audience like a silly clown. Capaldi, 100% conviction in the role. Whittaker not. Whittaker, I just think she thinks it's silly. He thinks it's silly, and she's the sort of person who will go, "Hey, did you like your Revolution of the Dalek? Yeah, did you like your Revolution of the Dalek? Here's the Dalek colouring book. You like Doctor Who, don't you?" Again, and I know that she wants to like it, but she doesn't. It's not that she doesn't like it. She thinks it's stupid, and that's why I believe her performance is so bad. Right, it's all that I'm a little guy, because she's like, well, you can't act anything like that for real. Why not? why can't you do that? It's just I don't know. I don't know. It's just bizarre. It's bizarre of the terrible choices, and then if you did committed the incredible crime of going, oh boy, that's really bad. Then you go, oh, you are the worst person in human society. You are a racist or a bigot, and you don't like her because she has a female parts that she pees out of, even though apparently gender is completely fluid according to the same bonkers people, right? Okay, so that's basically where we are with Doctor Who. The function of the Timeless Child was not to add depth or bring in new stories to Doctor Who. It was entirely to dilute the white maleness of the character. It was transparent. It was the reason it was transparent is because it was so badly done. It was such a bad story, badly thought through, which just didn't work in any way, shape, or form. Well, the function of it wasn't, in my opinion, for storytelling reasons. It was to make the Doctor less white and less male. And that's what Piers Wenger, the Chris Chibnall's boss, meant when said Doctor Who is in great shape editorially. Yeah, editorially, where they want to try and convince you that their bonkers ideas on identity and self and sexuality are normal, and they're not. That's the thing. I keep saying this over and over again. We are in a weird idolatrous existence right now, where this thing is patently untrue, that gender and sexuality are all completely fluid for and that's a normative state for human beings. That you're not allowed to think that anything against that, anything opposite that, right? You're not allowed to question that in any way. And that's basically the platform that the message that Doctor Who is platforming amongst many of their contradictory, idiotic messages. Fine. So let's get to this idiotic article. The Timeless Child can give Doctor Who season 13 the emotional arc it needs. Oh God, again, don't have Jodie do emotions. Did you see her? Okay, if you didn't see Timeless Children, be happy. But look at the expression over here, right? That's her doing anguish. That's her she's just freaking useless. Doctor Who's Timeless Child was divisive. I think it actually was more uniting, right? It was uniting because we all went, "This is garbage." This is garbage. Apart from some Twitter psychos that went, "Yeah, Jodie, my Doctor, yeah." Okay, good for you. But give Jodie Wheeler, the 13th Doctor, the powerful emotional arc for a final season. Hasn't been confirmed it's a final season, right? Has not been confirmed, but in any way. It could do if it wasn't, done by morons who have no ability. Yeah, anything could do. Doctor Who becoming a tub of lard could be give the emotional resonance for the final season. But you got to have somebody who actually knows how to write. Chibnall and crew, clearly, they spent 2 years telling us, we suck at writing. Everybody, we're going to take the most expensive jewel of the crown, British TV show, and then we're going to use it to as a platform for the message. What message? Transgendered rights? No, that we suck. We suck so hard at writing. The Timeless Child twist can give Doctor Who Season 13 an emotional arc it needs. The Doctor Who show on Christian has promised Season 12 would redefine the series. It redefines Series 12 as not being canon, so yeah, there's that. And he wasn't exaggerating. Yes, it decanonized the current Doctor. The final episode of Season 12 ended with the Doctor learning that she is in fact the Timeless Child, something that makes no sense whatsoever. An ancient being who predates Time Lord Society and who became the base genetic code for the entire Time Lord race. Everything she knew about her origin was revealed to be a lie. Yeah, right. Okay, fine. Continuity has never been Doctor Who's strong suit, but it's never actively tried to destroy its continuity, right? It's never actively gone, I don't give a crap. I mean, it has in minor ways, I guess. Mordred Undead, was a good story, right? It was a good story, so they... and they didn't really think about the unit dating, right? They're like, but it's still good. And then you can use, you can retcon things together. But that was done just because it was a good story, and they wanted to tell a good story, and it was a mistake. This was on purpose, and it was to change the entirety of Doctor Who, reveal it to be a lie. The lie is that he's normally a white man. They don't like that. Now, I'll be honest with you. I think it's a bit weird, thinking about it, that there hasn't been a black actor play Doctor Who, right? I think the time to do that was mid-80s. That probably would have changed the course of Doctor Who. Instead of Colin Baker. And I like Colin Baker, but I think that would have been the time. Actually, Patterson Joseph, who I thought would have been a great Doctor instead of the 11th Doctor, would have been great then as well. Have you ever seen Neverwhere? It's a rather cheap miniseries based on a Neil Gaiman book. And I think it was a cheap series that became a Neil Gaiman book. It's quite good anyway. Stars Patterson Joseph as the Marquis de Carabas, as this kind of cooler, more mellow Sixth Doctor. That would have been... I just think he would have really worked in that role. Anyway, it's never been a strong suit, but this is easily the biggest change to the show's status quo since the Time Lords were introduced in 1969. What about the time when the Doctor was revealed to be half human on his mother's side? Oh no, we forgot that forever. I think I see the future. I think I'm seeing a crystal ball into the future for the Timeless Child. Because quite frankly, we need to accept it. And if we don't accept it, it goes away. Again, half human on his mother's side, Teletubby Daleks. If we don't accept it, we don't buy it. And that's where they are right now, right? We are at loggerheads where they go, we're not backing down. We're doing more of this. And everyone's like, yeah, bye, catch you later. Doctor Who comics, how long have they been running? 50 years? Over. They just over. How much longer does Doctor Who magazine got to go? I'm guessing 3 months. I'm be surprised if it goes more than 3 months. Action figures, no, nothing contemporary. And honestly, there's so little going on with Doctor Who anyway. I mean, if they're making the show, they could be flooding us with information, with getting people excited, but they don't really like it either, I get that. Listen, what happens if you work hard or something, which I believe they do? I mean, work hard for them. And then everybody turns around and said, what you're doing is utter garbage. I guess you're not going to want to interact with fandom in any way, shape, or form, right? No. Connie Big Little Song 2 is introduced in 1969. Oddly enough, it fits rather better with Classic Who, the modern relaunch. No, because Classic Who and the modern revamp. I think relaunch is a revival. Blunting the thematic edge of rediscovering Gallifrey and Matt Smith era. The worst problem is with Matt Smith's regeneration in the name of the Doctor, which shall come to any regeneration to require a boost from Time Lords. Suffice it to say, this makes absolutely no sense. No, there's a precedent for that. The Masters offered a complete new life cycle, right, in the 5 Doctors. Many viewers have consequently rejected the Timeless Child, hoping that it will be all revealed to be a lie. I don't care. I don't view this as Doctor Who, right? I don't. For me, Doctor Who ended with Twice Upon a Time. If this nonsense keeps up, I'm just I have it. My go with Twice Upon a Time where Capaldi regenerates into was it William Hartnell, right? That's the basic plan. And I would just keep it there forever until such time they want to bring Doctor Who back, which I hope will be soon. I miss Doctor Who. I do hope we soon. It will be utterly unsatisfactory approach. That would be an utterly unsatisfactory approach. Rather than abandon the Timeless Child, Doctor Who season 13 needs to build up this retcon in order to give Jodie Whittaker's final Doctor the character arc she so desperately needs. There's many ways of giving her a character arc that she so desperately needs, and this is not it, right? This will simply not do it. Again, it's been rejected by the audience, and that's the normie audience as well. Viewing figures just tanked. It just tanked because it's garbage. It's continuity-driven garbage that again, a few psychos on Twitter like, right? And Piers Wenger. The real people, normal people, no, not so much. The classic Doctor Who often treated its enigmatic time travel more as a force of nature than a character in its own right. I'm not sure they even really thought it through that much. The various incarnations of the Doctor blundered into crisis after crisis, but they were typically left unchanged by what they experienced. Yes, because Doctor is kind of like a character who you like being the Doctor. You like him being that character. You don't want him not to be that character. That's why people watch it. That's why people watch Superman. That's why people watch. Yeah, you have these characters that don't necessarily change. They have the constants that remain constant. Sherlock Holmes, for example, he gets older, his attitude changes, and as the books, but he's essentially Sherlock Holmes. This idea of like, let's blow it all up, let's destroy everything, let's erase the past, just burn. Destroy it if you have to, all that nonsense. It doesn't work. Yeah, if you destroy it, if you can destroy it if you want to, but then you destroy its ability to be made, which is being commercially viable, because people like that thing. People like Doctor Who to be Doctor Who. They don't like Doctor Who not to be Doctor Who. I mean, I think that's probably why the current era has fared so badly. The various incarnated blah 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 experience. Only a few stories really affected him on an emotional level, and they were very heavy because of that. I mean, listen, that last scene on Green Death with Pertwee driving away, you can feel his heartbreak, right? You can feel his joy for Joe and his heartbreak at the same time. I think the reason why, again, this is in character rather, the reason that the Fourth Doctor so abruptly dropped off Sarah Jane Smith was because it'll be too anything else would have been too painful. I think the character loved her, right? Loved each other. Relaunched Doctor Who in 2005. He treated Doctor as a character and insisted on giving each one of his Doctors their own distinctive art. Take Chris Eccleston struggling to deal with Survivor's Guild. Yeah, exactly. And none of these distinctive arts are so popular and work so well. It needed to completely unpick everything we know about the character and fundamentally alter the character, which is what they did beforehand by making her buffoon. Yeah, this utter buffoon who can't do anything right. Taylor struggling with Survivor's Guild that carry the weight of the double genocide and sort of David Tennant, whose Doctor ultimately considered himself the Time Lord victorious. That wasn't his arc. No. Okay. Tennant's Doctor didn't have an arc. I'm going to say it. He really didn't have the arc. The only Doctor I can think of, Matt Smith didn't really have an arc either. He basically remained constant throughout. I think the only Doctor I can think of that really had an arc is Capaldi. That first season, which I think is as weak as season 8. He was, is it 7 or 8? Season 8. Was when it was just a very, very newly regenerated Doctor, a very new Time Lord, and he played it that way, which I found kind of interesting. So yeah, and then the second season he had matured into being the Doctor. That was Doctor at the prime of his life. We should have got 2 more seasons with him being that kind of Doctor there. And then the final season, he was old. He was old, and he was ready to die. Like, this was a life cycle of a regeneration. And that's the only one I can think of that really had an arc. And even then, he remained the Doctor throughout. The first question, the first season was, who am I? Am I the Doctor? Second season is, I am the Doctor. And the third season is, I'm tired. I'm tired. Do I want to continue being the Doctor? And even then, it was all based with the Doctor, right? His character remained like that center throughout. Whittaker's Doctor has just, again, she has no authenticity in her taking the role, and that's because she finds none. You know, like, she comes in, there's only a screwdriver, you just go, and I'm really, no. So again, Screen Rant, as always, not letting their deep lack of knowledge of Doctor Who impact them in any way, shape, or form. Again, if I start doing Coronation Street videos, it will be as informed as this nonsense over here. Darren was also confronted his own monumental ego when Stephen Moffat took over the showrunner. He continued the project with Matt Smith and Capaldi's incarnations, both having strong emotional journeys, changing as the character. How did Matt Smith's Doctor change from beginning to end? His character. How did he change? Not really. He was basically the same guy in the first episode and the last episode. He'd experienced more life, but he had exactly the same worldview and attitudes. He hadn't changed in any way, shape, or form. Right. Again. Had you actually watched Doctor Who, you might know that. See, look at this. This is Whittaker trying to act. She's just not very good. She can play mothers. She might be able to play a grieving mother. She can't play something that she can't conceive, and she can't conceive of things outside of her realm because she doesn't have much imagination. She doesn't have much imagination because she's a dummy. That's why. At least that's my opinion. Jodie Whittaker's 13th Doctor fundamentally lacks a sense of narrative arc. It's impossible to say that what Whittaker era is actually about. It's all about her being a woman, okay? Her being a woman and then kind of being a transy woman at that, right? That's the entirety about it, right? And whatever's fashionable, the minute they're writing it, that's what it's about. The reason she's a woman instead of being black is because Me Too was fashionable when they cast her. If Christian was doing it now, it will be a black person. Would it be a woman? Who knows? But it would have to be, because that's the fashionable people on the identity stack. This is called the protected stack. What's it called again? Protective status stack. Whatever it's all who's fashionable. That's what it's about. Nothing. It's about nothing. That's why people don't really like it. Right? It's really not about anything other than trying to normalize insane ideas about, again, self and sexuality. Narrative arc. It's impossible to say that Whittaker's era is about, because the Doctor doesn't feel like a character in her own right. Yeah, she's more of a bus driver for the fam. And there's been no sense of real personal growth to her. Again, I can't think any Doctor where there has been, right? Capaldi's the closest. Yeah. There's no Doctor who's fundamentally changed. Perhaps the War Doctor, right? Perhaps the War Doctor at the end of the 50th anniversary, but that's about it. Christian tried to set up Doctor Who season 12 with the Doctor learning Gallifrey has been destroyed by the Master and trying to investigate, but it was sabotaged by the inconsistent writing. Well, it's consistently bad. It was consistently awful. Poor signposting. Yeah, that's part of the consistently awful writing. Sadly, this means Whittaker's a top-rated actor in her own right. She might be, not here. She might be a top-rated actor, but in this, she's garbage. She's absolute garbage. And, I'm sorry. She's garbage in the role. What do you want me to tell you? Top-rated still hasn't really had a chance to show audience what she brings to the Doctor. Her vagina. That's it. That's what she's bringing to the Doctor. Not that a vagina's important, because vaginas can be male or female nowadays. God, how much longer is go? Okay, we're 3 paragraphs away. Oi, Lanu, Leonardine, Yomatochocho. That's a little thing you'll hear at Jewish funerals. The TARDIS retcon can redeem this by can be redeemed not by ignoring it or erasing it, but rather by building upon it. It's easy to see the story potential. If the Doctor is not a Time Lord, then what is she? She's a boring idiot lecturer. This quest for personal discovery should be one that becomes almost an obsession, generating conflict between the Doctor and the companions. She doesn't have the acting chops to pull that off. She can't do that complexity. Did you see her like goading the Daleks into getting into the other TARDIS in Revolution of the Dalek? I mean, it's like it was just a ridiculous performance. They mentioned it here. There were actually positive signs in this holiday special, Revolution of the Dalek, in which Whittaker's 13th Doctor seems shaken by the TARDIS child revelation. Yeah, they deal with it for about 5 seconds. And she told Ryan about it, but not Yaz. Well, you're still the Doctor? He was, amazingly, got himself another job. I mean, got himself several other jobs. You would have thought being in a show that has felt this badly is not good for your career. Maybe he's black, and that's that fashionable identity in 2021. So you run with it, mate. I'd like to see. Listen, honestly, why not? Listen, if the entertainment industry want to be a terrible racist, right? If that's what they're really committed to being, like these awful racists that only see people in prison in a prism of identity, right? Why not? The black people should take advantage of it. Absolutely, you go, mate. Yeah, exactly. Why not? Not Yaz. The one commander who stayed her the time, that was just because they didn't think about it because he's not a good writer. That set up potential for such conflict if the episodes are well written. Big if, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say the episodes will not be well written. Right? I mean, like, really. I mean, honestly, okay. Now, yeah, I'm Jewish, right? I'm a bit Jewish. Used to work in Yad Vashem, which is the Israeli Holocaust Museum, right? So, wouldn't it be weird if, like, the Allies, during the liberation of those terrible camps where you had to concentrate very hard. When they got there, they got to like their next, camp where you concentrated. They got the next one and say, maybe this one will be nice. Maybe this one will have fluffy bunnies and a Ferris wheel. Oh no, just gas chambers. Okay, fine. Obviously it's gonna be written badly. Why? Because they've written everything else badly. What? How on earth would it not be written badly? There are rumours that Jodie Whittaker's leaving after season 13, or hopefully at the end, during season 13. But the BBC is refusing to comment on that, assuming that this is indeed the case. Season 13 is literally a last chance showrunner Christian Moore has to give Whittaker a character arc. It's beyond. Listen, if he could have done it, do you not think he would have done it? If he could have written decent Doctor Who, do you not think he would have done it? But they can't. They can't because it's beyond them. He can only do so by building on the foundation that he established in season 1. Probably will do. I mean, look, because he's stupid, right? The TARDIS show has rewritten Doctor Who's origin story, and it's time for the Doctor and viewers to learn what she truly is. Oh, that make it even more boring. So firstly, the Doctor can regenerate limitlessly, making basically everybody the Doctor. Who's the Doctor? Everybody is now, because the Doctor has infinite regenerations. So you got that going on. So that made it boring. And now no mystery at all. Let's just. And they're not going to answer all the questions because they haven't thought things through really well at all because they're idiots. Viewers to learn what she truly is and where she comes from. Unfortunately, this will be a difficult task because season 13 is a short one. It doesn't matter the length of the season. They'll just do it in like 3 lines in an episode. Because even though it's a short one, because of the pandemic, meaning Chibnall will work closely with all his writers to ensure the narrative is tight and consistent, much more so than season 12. Again, I think season 12 was him doing his absolute bestest ever. Exactly. But it has the right. But if he has the right team, on board, which he can't because he's the head of the team and Whitaker's the star. So yeah, you can't. The task is not an impossible one. It is for them, really. Like, do you see me dancing Swan Lake? Yeah, I would. I'm sure I could if I dedicated years and years and years and to get myself to be able to do it. I don't want to do it that badly. This does, however, mean that a lot is running Doctor Who season 13. No, it's not, because it's over. I mean, honestly, it's done. It's done. I mean, I think it can come back, but this is just done. The Time Travel retcon has divided the fan base, and season 13 must convince the wary and skeptical viewers. Most of them, there's a twist. The twist is the twist is worth it. It won't. What's more, it must give Jodie Whittaker an emotional send-off that she loves. Even if it did, she doesn't have the acting chops to be able to do it. It sadly remains to be seen, however, whether Christian Chibnall's Doctor Who can pull this off. Yeah, it might be able to, but going by the odds, not a chance. Not a chance in hell. So once again, Screenrant. They love me. Screenrant must love me because they just give me unlimited content, unlimited things that we can make videos about and go, how are you so relentlessly wrong about everything? How? It's a mystery. It's a mystery that I don't think we're ever going to solve. My name is Sheila Beck, the Rabbi for another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. Ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And if you're subscribed, make sure you are still subscribed. Check out my Indiegogo and have yourselves a freaking awesome day.